to the countdown.
Tahniah! Secara langsung ini dibawakan khas kepada anda oleh Akademi YouTuber Malaysia. Sebuah inisiatif e-didik Malaysia dan Kelab Guru Malaysia. Tumpukan perhatian anda. Secara langsung akan bermula sebentar lagi. Link sijil akan diberikan di hujung siaran ini. Pastikan diisi dalam tempoh yang ditetapkan. Terima kasih.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello everyone. Okay, Assalamualaikum and very good afternoon. Okay, welcome to Pusat Tuisyen Academy YouTuber, a joint venture with e-didik Malaysia and Kelab Guru Malaysia. #bermula percuma selamanya percuma. Before we proceed, let's begin our session with the recitation of Kitab Al-Fatihah. And for the non-Muslim, please recite your prayer according to your religion. Okay, how is everyone today? Okay, my prayer that everyone is doing fine and ready to proceed with today's class. I'm Cikgu Hapsahayu, your moderator for today, and together with me is our control host, Teacher Im, our observer, Cikgu Zana, and our important person of the day, Teacher Ailin from SMK Datuk Penggawa Timur, Johor. Okay. For the record, we are now live on 3 channels. Teacher Ailin channel, Teacher Im, and Cikgu Zana channel. So, as a sign of support to Teacher Ailin for her hard working in preparing today's lesson, please subscribe her channel, not forgetting ours too. Okay, as usual, the lesson will last approximately for 1 hour, and please follow the class up until the end and give your full cooperation in making this session a lively one. Please take note that the certificate link will be given at the end of this session. Besides this, don't forget to claim your credit for today's live class. Collect the credit to redeem the attractive prize in store. The link to claim the credit and the presenter username will also be given at the end of the session. However, please be alert as the 4-digit code to claim your credit will be announced 1 digit at a time during the live class. So get ready with your pen and paper. I will also like to remind students to use appropriate language and also use appropriate profile picture. If possible, use your own picture if you wish to post comment on the chat box. I'm pretty sure all the students here are excellent students who will uphold a positive classroom environment. Okay, student, stay focused, and if you have any question, please write on the chat box and Teacher Ailin will try to provide you with the answer. So, without further ado, please welcome Teacher Ailin.
Hello. Okay, class. Okay, students. Nice to meet you again this week. All right. Now this week is my turn. So, hope you okay, healthy and safe. Stay at home. Okay. Now we are still MCO. So we have our online class here. Okay. Hopefully, can help you. Okay, while you are sitting at home. Okay. So please turn on and join our class here and study together. All right. So today we are a little bit special because our live session today together we are live on 3 channels together. Okay, live on my own channel, and live on Teacher Im's channel, and live on Jekozana's channel. So if you have joined our class through Teacher Im's channel, please give her support and subscribe our channel. And if you've joined our class through Jekozana's channel, please support her and subscribe her channel, as well as my own. All right. So today, as you know, your SEM 2 result, no, not your SEM 2 result, your SEM 1 result is coming out, right? So SEM 1 result. So how do you feel now? Okay, worry or not? So your result will be coming soon on Wednesday, okay, 30th of June. So hope that you can get a good result. Okay, but no matter how the result is, you still have to go on. Okay, you still have to continue and still continue support us and join our class, IU tuition class. Okay, learn something, and as long as okay, can help you, because our what do you call, our niyat niyat is to help you. Okay, from anything that we can help, we just help. All right. So now today I will be discussing about the topic of SEM 2, the differentiation, the application of the differentiation. One of the application of the differentiation is optimization. Okay, optimization. Okay, let's see. Right, solving optimization problems. Okay, this is one of the what do you call, the application of differentiation in chapter 2. All right, so optimization problem is the process of solving a practical problem to find the maximum or minimum value of a quantity subject to some constraint. Okay, we want to find maximum or minimum value of a quantity, but subject to certain constraint. We have certain condition. So for example, we want to find the minimum value of cost subject to certain condition. Okay, or we want to find the maximum profit, depends on certain condition, or we want to find the minimum time to finish a task. Okay, they must have certain condition. Or in mathematical wise, we want to find what is the value of maximum value of volume of water, for example. Okay, or minimum area, for example. So these are the example of solving optimization. If you see maximum, minimum value, means that one is related to optimization problems. All right. Now, the steps. What are the steps? Okay, when solving question of optimization, there are a few steps you can follow. Okay, these are the suggestion step. All right, suggestion step you can follow when you're solving the question of optimization. First step, okay, find the function of quantity that is to be maximized or minimized in terms of only one variable. Okay, only one variable means okay, the quantity that you want to maximize or minimize. Let's say if you want to find the maximum value of volume, then volume is the quantity that you want to find the maximum value. Okay, then you try to find an equation that related to the quantity or volume. Okay, but in terms of one variable. Okay, but if there are two variables, class, if there are two variables, let's say you want to find volume, but according to volume, maybe 1 over 3 pi r square h. You have variable r, you have variable h, you have two variables. So in this case, you have to use the additional information given in the question to cancel off one of the variables. Okay, The important thing is the equation only consists of one variable. Okay, then next, the second step is you differentiate the function. Then the third step, find the critical values of variable when the derivative is equal to 0. Why equal to 0? Because we want to find maximum, minimum, that one is turning point or stationary point. So stationary point, the derivative is equal to 0. Okay, so from the when we make it equal to 0, we find the critical value of the variable. Then followed by step number 4, we test the critical values whether that is a maximum value or minimum value. The critical value that we find, we only know that the value is a turning point. Okay, so from the last lesson from Cekuzanas, you know that the turning point, maybe it is a maximum point, maybe it is a minimum point. All right, so now you want to verify whether that value is a maximum or minimum value. Okay, once you have done, now you try to answer the question. Okay, answer the question means the question asking about what. If the question is concerned about the maximum value of volume, it doesn't mean that the question asking for the volume. Maybe the question asking for some other thing. So you have to refer to the question to answer the question. Okay, so these are the 5 steps that I suggest when following this one process of optimization. Okay, now let's try the first question here. All right, now the first question, a window is being built at the bottom, and a window is being built and the bottom is a rectangle. Yes, the bottom is a rectangle and
Your first code, darling. Your first code.
all right. Okay, the first code of the code, later you are going to claim the credit. The first digit is 9. Okay, 9. All right, now we continue. Where we are? Okay, a window. The shape of the window, where at the bottom is a rectangle and the top is a semicircle. Then, if there is a 12 meter of framing materials, that is the what is the dimensions of the window to let in the most light? So when you look at the question, this question now, because I'm telling you now, this is the optimization. Optimization means you want to find the value of maximum, minimum. So when you look at this question, you want to find maximum value or minimum value, class? Maximum value or minimum value? From which keyword you know that you want to find maximum value or minimum? Can you tell me? We want to find what? What is the quantity? Another thing is, what is the quantity? Just now from the first step. Okay, from the first step, I told you already, you have to know what is the quantity of the maximum value or minimum value you want to find. So from this question, what is the quantity that you want to find, and you want to find maximum value or minimum value? All right. Yo Ying, you say maximum value. From which keyword you know that it is maximum value? Oh yeah, definitely lah. It is most. Most means maximum value. But what kind of value? What is the quantity? Quantity that you want to find the maximum value. Luis, maximum area. Yes, it is the area. Area is the what do you call? The quantity that you want to find the maximum value. How do you know? Because the question says most light. Okay, when a window let the most light coming means related to the shape of the window, then that is the area. So means in this optimization, you want to find the maximum area of the window. All right, maximum area of the window. So now we it's better you draw the diagram out. Okay, so now let's say this is the window, at the bottom is a rectangle, at the top is a semicircle. Then this is the radius of the semicircle. Means this one the width is 2r because the radius is r. Then the height of the rectangle is h. Okay, now here the variable r and h, it is not given in the question. So first you need to define the variable that you use in this question. So you please define r is the radius of the semicircle, then h is the height of the rectangle. Okay, then after that, other than variable r and h, you have another important variable that is area. Okay, area of the window. So please define the variable that you are using, okay, in this question. So next, since you want to find the maximum area, so based on this shape of window to find the area, so means it divide into two parts. One is rectangle, one is semicircle. So the area is 2hr. 2hr is the area of this rectangle. Then the semicircle is half of the circle. So, one circle is pi r squared. Semicircle is 1/2 pi r squared. So this is the total area of the window. Okay, so now when we look at the step, after you have got this one, okay, now, okay, so you find that this equation has two variables. See, you have variable h and you have variable r. So here, the note here, if there are two variables, if possible, we put only one variable. If there are two variables, then you have to cancel off one of the variable by using the additional information given in the question. So means either you cancel off h or cancel off r. All right. So what is the extra information given? Now you have the extra information given here. It is 12 meter. Okay, 12 meter is about what? What's the to do with what 12 meter? If there is 12 meter of framing material, so okay, guys, tell me, 12 meter is anything to do what? That is a what quantity? 12 meters. Can you tell me? 12 meter. That one is for what? What is about this 12 meters? What is the relationship between this one? The area, the window. Can you tell me, guys? Oh, I saw 12 meter is to do the perimeter. Yes, the 12 meter is something to do the perimeter. So you use perimeter of the window, you make it equal to 12. So to get the perimeter, you know, this one is h, you have 2h, then this one is 2r, then plus this one. This one is semicircle, the circumference of semicircle. So 2s plus 2r plus half of the circle, the circumference, 2 pi r. So the total is 12. Then from here, you substitute. Okay, you can substitute either h or r, but you choose the easier one. For me, don't choose r. But if you want to choose r, also can. Why? Because here, if you choose r, then you have to expand r power 2. You have 2 times substitution. So to make it easy, I choose h. Okay, I cancel off h. So now I rearrange these equations to get 2h. Okay, don't simplify until h, because when you simplify until h, then here it will involve the fraction. Since you have 2h here, so you put 2h as a subject. So directly substitute 2h. So now I substitute 2 into 1. So 2h is this one. So now I simplify this one. I expand. Okay, so when I expand, then I get this one. So now I have come to the first step. I finished the first step. Okay, the quantity that you want to find the maximum value with one variable a. So first step finished. Now we go to second step, differentiate the function. So when differentiate the function, so you just do dA dr. So when you perform DADR different, then you'll get this one. Now step 2 finish. Now go to step 3. Step 3, find the critical values of the variable when the derivative is equal to 0. Because you want to find maximum minimum point, that is the turning point. All right, so at turning point, DADI is equal to 0. So you have to mention why you make it equal to 0, because at stationary point. All right, so when stationary point DADR equal to 0, then you substitute this one. Then now you get the critical value. R is the critical value. Okay, now you have got step number 3. Then step number 4, okay, you need to test that this critical value, whether it is maximum value or minimum value. All right, so to test the maximum value or minimum value, you know, you have 2 methods. One is by using first derivative testing or second derivative testing. So since this one, the DADR is simple, so I use this one, second derivative test. All right, so second derivative test, so I continue the d2y, d2a dr squared. Then I differentiate this one, I get this one. So from here, you can see that this value is a minimum, if a negative. So please write here, it's a negative value. Negative value means less than 0. This one is a must. Please write this one. Okay, if less than 0, so what kind of conclusion you can make? What conclusion you can make, class? If less than 0. Less than 0 means what kind of conclusion you can get? You can make, class? So after testing the second derivative, it is less than 0. That is a negative. So you have to make a conclusion. Okay? You have to make a conclusion. So what conclusion you can make, class? Can you tell me, class? Students? Please write something. It's in simple only. Oh, it is a maximum area. It is a maximum area. Maximum. Yes, it is maximum. It is not maximum area because now you only got the critical value. Okay, belum cari area lagi. Okay, belum sampai area lagi. The value of R, it is a maximum value. Means maximum value of area occur when R is equal to value that we find. So means you can write maximum occur when R is this one, because this is the value that we got just now. Yeah. Okay, you cannot find that. You cannot say that this is a maximum area. Belum cari area lagi. Okay, so now we go back. Okay, now this one, step number 4, we have got it. Now step number 5, answer the question. So the question asks for maximum of area. It doesn't mean that the question asks for area. Now we look at the question asks for what? The question asks for what? Is it the question asks for the maximum area? You see, what is the dimension of the window? What is the dimension of the window? The question never says what is the area that let the most light come in. But the question asks for what is the dimension of the window. Dimension of the window means what is the width, what is the height. So please very careful when you finally, if you want to answer the question, please read the question very carefully. The question never asks for area. So the dimension of the window is this. So you have to tell the examiner what is the width, what is the height of the window. So therefore, we know that R is 1.680. So width is 2R. So that 2R is this value. Then next, you need to calculate the H. And just now you know that from equation number 2, 2H is equal to this expression. So now you just substitute the R into here, and now you get the H. So finally, you answer the question. The question asks for dimension. Okay, how big is the window? So So you just using the word or the statement that given in the question. So most like get in when the height of the rectangle. So h is the height of the rectangle. It is not height of the window. Height of the rectangle is 1.68. Remember the unit. Unit is important, and the width is 3.36 meter. Okay, so it is not height of the window. Height of the window is when you have to plus this one radius. Okay, height. When you say height of the rectangle, we already know this one r. Okay, here you have the r already. Okay, so this one is the first example about how you answer the question. Remember, have final answer. You have to very careful. All right. So now we go on to second example. So for second example, okay, find the
Sorry,
yes.
teacher. Second code. For the second code.
All right. Second code is 0, kosong. Okay, so please write down somewhere. Okay, now we continue to second question. Okay, second question, find the radius and height of the right circular cylinder of largest volume that can be inscribed in a right circular cone when with radius of 6 cm and height of 10 cm. Okay, so first you sketch the diagram. Diagram is very important when you answer this kind of question. So it is a cone. Okay, right circular cone. Then inside the cone you have a cylinder. Okay, beside this, the radius of the cone is 6 cm. The height of the cone is 10 cm. Then inside the cone, there is a cylinder here. Since the cylinder is variable, we don't know what is the radius. The radius always can change. The height always can change. So we use the variable to represent the radius and height of the cylinder. So same thing. Okay, you have to define the variable that you are using. First, radius. Okay, class, don't just write radius only because you have two kinds of radius here. So please write in clear radius of what. Okay, if you just write the radius, so it is not clear whether it is the radius of the cylinder or the radius of the cone. So please write in clear the radius of the cylinder, the height of the cylinder. Then another variable that involved in this question is volume. Okay, the volume of what? Same thing. Please make clear the volume of cylinder. It is not the volume of the corner. If you just write the volume, then it is not clear. So this question is very clear. The maximum value, largest volume. So the quantity of the quantity we want to find the maximum value is volume. So according to the step number 1, okay, we find an equation related to the quantity, that is volume. Okay, possible in one variable. If not possible, if there are two variables, please cancel one. So we see volume of the cylinder. Okay, volume of the cylinder, you know the formula is pi r squared h. So notice that there are two variables here. Means you need to cancel off one. So according to the note, if you want to cancel off this one, the variables, use the additional information given. But notice that you see the question, we are not given any additional information. See, not just now first question, yes, you are given the additional information, that is the parameter. But here, you are not given any additional information. So how do you cancel off the variable? Okay. Now, if the question involves cone shape, okay, there is one method you can cancel off one of the this one variable. That is, we are using the concept of similar triangle. Okay, if the question involves cone shape, okay, similar triangle, definitely we need the triangle shape. So now this one is in 3-dimensional. So now I try to convert this diagram in 3-dimensional into 2-dimensional. So you can see that the cone is a triangle. But by using similar triangle, we want a triangle that you have a right angle triangle, because right angle triangle later you can use sine, cos, and tangent. Right? So in order to get a right angle triangle, so we just take half of the cone only. So that here you have a right angle triangle. Okay, we don't take the whole cone shape. So now this is the radius 6 cm, the height is 10 cm. Now inside the cylinder, same thing, we take half. Okay, half of the cylinder. So this is R, this is H. All right. So now we can use this angle. We can use this angle as the to do the similar triangle. All right. So what do you do? Okay, but before this, okay, now before this, you see, if this one is 10 cm, the cylinder is H, so definitely this part is 10 minus H. Okay, this part. So now we continue. Now, if we want to use the similar triangle, let's say here you have two triangle. One is smaller triangle, one is bigger triangle. So now we go to the smaller triangle first. We go to the smaller triangle by using this angle. Okay, tangent of this angle, we use tangent. Okay, because it involves horizontal value and vertical value. So tangent of this angle is R over 10 minus H. Then this is smaller triangle. Then after that, we go to the bigger triangle. So bigger triangle, same thing, you use this angle. The tangent of this angle for the bigger triangle is 6 over 10. And this is the concept of similar triangle. So based on this one, now you can see the relationship between the H and R. So of course, you can choose R or you can choose H. In this question, I choose H. Why? Because H, according to the formula, pi R square H. So H is easier if you substitute H. If you substitute R, then you need to expand the power too. So I choose H. So if you want to choose R also can. All right. So now I know already H is equal to this one. Now I replace the H into this one, volume. All right. When I replace, okay, so now I have already cancelled off one of the variable. Now I simplify. So now step 2 finish. Step 1 finish. All right. Express the function in one variable. Okay. So next step, second step, we differentiate. Okay. dv dr. After differentiate, step number 3, find the critical value and we make it equal to 0. All right. So why we make it equal to 0? Because at stationary point, we want to find maximum point, minimum point, that is turning point. All right. Then we substitute into here, try to find the value of critical value, that is R. Now here R, there are two possible value of R. One is 0, one is 4. Okay. So, but you have to choose the correct one. Since R represent the radius of the cylinder, so it must be a positive value. Okay, so means if R is 0, so we don't have cylinder there. Okay, so it's impossible. Means we just accept R is equal to 4. So now step number 3, we have got it. We have got the critical value. Next step is we need to test. Okay, test the value whether it is a maximum value or minimum value. So here, because the differentiation is easy, so I directly use the second derivative. Okay, so when we differentiate this one for the second time, then you get this one. Okay, so now here, since here we don't know. Okay, when you look at here, we do not know whether it is a positive or negative value because we have a variable here. Now we substitute the R that we chosen just now. When R is equal to 4, now we substitute into here. Now we find that it is a negative value. Right? So negative value, remember this one you must write less than 0. So less than 0 means give you the conclusion that it is a maximum. Okay, maximum occurs when R is equal to 4. Okay, So it is not maximum value of V. V we do not know yet. We only know that it's a maximum when R is equal to 4. So this one we have got it. Now step 4 finished. Next we go to answer the question. So we have to see the question asking about what. All right. So when we look at here, when the question maximum value is volume, it doesn't mean that the question asks you about the volume. So now the question asks for what? Oh, the question asks for radius and height. Means the question asks for what is the radius and height when the maximum volume or the maximum volume occurs. That is what you want to find. The question doesn't ask for volume. So uh, we know that the maximum occurs when R is equal to 4. Okay, R we already know the radius. Next, we need to find the height. So since the height is equal to this one, so now we just substitute R with 4. Now we have got the H. So finally, please answer the question. All right, answer the question. So when answer the question, please you just take the statement, okay, from the question. Now the cylinder has largest volume when the radius is 4 cm. Remember the unit, and when the height is 10/3 cm. So when answering the question, please refer back to the question. Okay, so this is the 5 step you must follow. All right. So is there any question so far? Okay. So if not, then I'll proceed to the next one.
Ailin,
I think
Teacher Ailin, it's time for some advertisement. Maybe you can show the students the question or ask them to review their question from the PDF form that you provide. Then we have a break now.
Okay.
Berita baik untuk semua. Kini Akademi YouTuber memperkenalkan sistem mata gancaran kredit AYU untuk dikumpul. Jom ikuti kelas tuition live AYU untuk mengumpul kredit AYU dan berpeluang menebus hadiah-hadiah yang menarik. Hadiah bernilai lebih RM10,000 disediakan secara percuma untuk pelajar seluruh Malaysia. Apa tunggu lagi? Tebus ganjaran hebat ini sekarang. Layari www.academyyoutuber.com untuk maklumat lanjut.
Okay. I don't know how to put the PDF in the chat box. I don't know. I don't know how to do. But doesn't matter now. We can continue.
Ailin, you are live.
Yes. Hello. Okay. Now, yeah. Okay. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes. Go carry on, Ailin. Please carry on.
I thought you cannot hear me. Okay. I don't know how to put the PDF file in the chat box. Sorry. Alright, now continue. Okay, hurry up. Okay, question number 3. Okay, a rectangle. We have a rectangle with length 2x and width 2y is inscribed inside an ellipse with equation. So now this one is related to ellipse. So you see, term 2, even though term 2, sometimes they are given you the thing that you have in term 1. Okay. Now express the area in terms of x, and then find the maximum of maximum value when a has a maximum value of what? When the length and width of the rectangle, the rectangle has a maximum value of area. Okay, so now first step, we sketch the ellipse. Okay, so please, you should know how to sketch the ellipse because this one is someone. Okay, don't forget everything. Throw the data screen, all the things that is someone. Okay, so sketch the ellipse. Then according to the information, you have rectangle inside the ellipse where the length is 2x and the width is 2y. Now this is the diagram in this question. So now we go to the first question. So express the area. Area, we use the variable area. Express the area of the rectangle in terms of x. Okay, so from the diagram, we know that area is 2x times 2y. That's a lot. So 2x times 2y is in terms of x and y. But the question asks for in terms of x. Right, so means you must cancel off the y. So to cancel off the y, we go to the equation that you have. Okay, from the equation, you try to rearrange the equation here such that y as the subject, then you can replace here. Okay, so now we find that there are two values of y. One is positive value, one is negative value. And we know that y represent the length or the width. So length of width definitely take the positive value. So we reject the negative value. So therefore, now we substitute the positive y inside here. And when simplify, then we get this one. Okay. So now, so what is the next? After that, then you can differentiate. Okay. Now we go to the second question. Find the length and width of the rectangle when A has maximum value. A is area, has maximum. So now that is the maximum area. Okay, maximum area. Since you have the equation of area already. So if you want to find out the maximum, make sure the question doesn't ask you to find the maximum area. The question asks for length and width when the maximum value occur. So means we are going to differentiate. Okay, to differentiate this one, so this is the product rule. You're using the product rule. Okay, so this is the u, this is v. So first u prime, this one is v. Then after that, this is u. Then this is v prime. Okay, this one you know already lah. Okay, this one is the normal one. Okay, now your job is to simplify this one. Okay, so when involving this one, negative power of pecahan-pecahan, this one. So students, I know some of the students, you always you use this method where first you put the negative down here. Okay, then after that you combine the denominator. Okay, you make the denominator the same. Then after that you combine. After you combine the denominator, you expand the numerator. Then finally you get this one. Okay, this is the normal step that most of the students use this method. This is also the method you use in Form 4, Form 5. But class, now I think I need to teach you another method. It is by using Form 6 method. Not really Form 6 method, another method. Okay, if you use this method, when you come to Form 6, Form 6, the equation sometimes is very complicated. If you use this method to simplify, then you will be hectic. Okay, so now I teach you another method. It is by using Factorized Method. Okay, by using Factorized Method. Okay, so first, Factorized Method, you see here you have two terms. Factorized Method means you take the same number or same value up from these two terms. So first we go to the number 8 over 3, 8 over 3. So first you can take up 8 over 3. Now secondly, you look at here. Okay, here actually you have a common factor, 9 minus x power 2. You can take up, but you see that the power is different. One is positive, one is negative. So which one should be taken up? So because this one is pecahan, if this one is integer, then you will know. Okay, for example, let's say this one is integer, then sure you will know. If you want to factorize this one and this one, which one should be taken out? Sure, you know you have to take out this one, but power 2. So when you take out power 2, Then after that, you inside the here, we will double check which one is not yet taken out. Then you put here. So we double check for the first term, 8/3 you have already taken out. For this one, 9 minus x power 2 power 3. When you take out power 2, sure this one is power 1. Then here, this one you still have the remainder x minus 2. So now our problem is why it is 1. Why it is 1? Okay, actually because when you take out the power 2, initially the power is 3. When you take out power 2, means the remainder is power 3 minus the power that you have already taken out. That's why here this one is power 1. But this step you can skip lah. Here I show you because later on I'm going to use this concept to the following later. Okay. Okay, so now you have the 1. Then after that you simplify. Then here only you expand. Here only you expand, then you simplify, then you get this one. Okay, this is we using this method. Okay, now we go back to just now. Okay,
Ailin,
yes.
Ailin. Okay,
Teacher Ailin.
Yes.
while they are trying to factorize that by themselves, why don't you give them the third code?
All right. Okay. Now the third code is 6. 6. Okay. Okay. Now please write it somewhere. The third code is 6. All right. So now, according to just now that I explained the concept to you, which one should be taken out? Just now I tell you already. Which one should be taken out, class? You want to take out 1/2 or negative 1/2? According to the integer that I show you the concept, which one to be taken out? Positive 1/2 or negative 1/2? Oh, negative 1/2. Great. Good. So we taken out negative 1/2 because negative 1/2 is a smaller one. Okay, like just now, power 3 and power 2. We take out power 2. So because power 2 is the smaller power. So now we taken out the smaller one. Then inside here, okay, so we look at this one. 8/3 already taken out. This one we take out negative 1/2. So initially here, this is power 1/2. So what is the remainder inside here? What is the remainder inside here, class? Power what? Tinggal power apa? Tinggal apa yang ada di dalam? When you take out negative 1/2, how about positive 1/2? Dia tinggal menjadi apa? Jauh. Tinggal power 1. Great. Okay, tinggal power 1. But why? Let me explain to you. Kenapa tinggal power 1? Because just now I told you already, the original power minus the power that you have taken out. So 2 minus negative means 1/2 minus negative 1/2, so becomes power 1. Okay, at this side you have negative 2 lah. So that's why you have power 1. So this step you can skip actually. Here I write it out because I want to show you. Kenapa tinggal 1? Alright, so once you have tinggal 1, then here barulah you expand and simplify this part. Then finally you get the answer. Okay, then after that this one negative barulah turun ke bawah. Then you use this method. Okay, if you use this method, when you come to form 6 type of question, the equation is very long and complicated. You use this method, then you won't feel headache. Okay, so you learn the new thing. Okay, so now we continue. Hurry up. Okay, it's already time. Okay, so now, so this one we have got the dAdx. So the following step is you have to find the critical value. So cepat-cepat. Okay, so since the stationary point you got this one. Okay, now you make it equal to 0 and this part equal to 0. So now you have got the value of x, but value of x you have one positive and negative. So you have to mention which value you need to choose. So since x is the width, so never take negative value. So therefore you choose x. Okay, never directly give me positive. You have to mention why you choose the positive value, because square root supposed to have positive, negative. You have to mention a reason why you choose the positive, you don't take the negative. All right, then after that, after you have got the value, okay, now you need to test. Okay, need to test. So since this question, the equation is quite complicated, involving power 1 over 2. Okay, so if you want to test second derivative, then maybe you need to derivative the second time, so the working will be complicated. So for if the question is difficult, so you use the first derivative test. So first derivative test, so you just test the positive, negative for dA dx. Okay, so first one, you substitute a value slightly less than 3 over square of 2 is roughly 2.12 something. So means you can substitute the dA dx with 2.1, let's say. Okay, so when you substitute into here, you find that it is a positive. Positive means going up. Then when x is exactly equal to 3 over square root of 2, it is 0. 0 means horizontal. When this one, you can simply substitute with 2.2, let's say. Okay, 2.2, then you'll find that the value is a negative. Negative means going down. So we can see that the shape of the curve is a maximum. Then you make a conclusion of maximum. Okay, so 10 for minute, I will be very fast. Okay, so okay, make conclusion. You know that you verify that is a maximum value. So after maximum value, then you answer the question. So answer the question, you have to look back the question asking about what. Okay, even though the question involving maximum area, but the question never asked for area. The question asked for the length of the width of the rectangle. This one. Okay, they don't never ask for the area. So therefore, length is x. So x you have got it. The length is 2x. So 2x is this one. Then y. Y you can use this one. Substitute the value of x. Then you get y. Then the 2y is this one. So finally answer the questions. Okay, A has, you just use the statement from the question. A has maximum value when the length is this one, unit, and if you don't have cm or whatever, you just use unit. Okay, so I think I have to be fast now, already 50. So do you have any question? If not, then I think I'm going to proceed. Yes, so no, then I'm going to proceed. Okay, just now I show you how to simplify the power. I think I need to show you one method how to simplify if the question is very complicated involving power, because this kind of question, okay, include my own students, when you come to here, ask them to simplify, they all look at you, they do not know what to do. So for example, I give you this one to show you how to simplify in case the question involve of a lot of power of fraction, positive, negative, all this kind of question. Okay, so for example, the question asks you to, even though this one is a little bit out of tajuk hari ni, okay, but I want to show you how to simplify this kind of question in case you come to this kind of question. Okay, so let's say you want to find derivative. Okay, so you see this question involving when you see this question actually involving what I call quotient rule, UV. But the denominator, you see, denominator actually it involves another this one product rule. Okay, so if you want to differentiate, you must consider this one. Okay, first we differentiate the product, this one quotient rule first. Okay, because the question is fraction. So quotient rule first, the denominator is v square. Okay, u v. For derivative, this one is v square. V square means this one 3 power 2, you get 9. X power 1 over 3. Power 1 over 3 power 2 is 2 over 3. Then this one power 2 over 3 power 2, then becomes 4 over 3. So this one you leave it here. Now on top, okay, on top is, this one is u, this one is v. So on top is v and u prime. This one is v, this one is u prime. So first v, okay, according to the quotient rule, v, then u prime is 3, then followed by minus, okay, minus, then after that this one is u, then v prime means we need to derive this one. But when you want to derive this one we will go back to product rule. So you make a big bracket to get ready for your product rule. Okay, so product rule, we will go to u prime. So you differentiate this one, u prime. You put down the power, 3x. So 1 over 3 minus 1, you will get negative 2 over 3. This one is u prime. This one v. Okay, then plus, then u. This one is u. Then v prime. So v prime means you derive this one. First, the power you put down. Then power 2 over 3 minus 1. Then you get negative 1 over 3. Then you get this one. Okay, first, before you do anything, you try to simplify the loop. All the ini. So ini 3 number, 3 and 3, you combine becomes 9. Then after that, this one is outside. Now inside this one, the brackets, 3 and 3 you can cancel off. Then you get x power 2 over 3. Here this one, 3 and 3 cancel off. Then 2 x power 1 over 3. Then come to here. First you come to here. All right. So now when you look at this one, when you want to simplify, then if you use the method form 4, form 5, that one method, oh, then you will feel headache. Okay, then the student always look at me, teacher, how? Okay, now I show you how to simplify this part. Always the student has a problem simplifying those complicated. Okay, now I told you here. When you want to simplify, please simplify satu demi satu. Jangan sekaligus. So when you look at here you have this one. You simplify inside the bracket first. This one nanti dulu. Di luar nanti dulu. Okay? Ini. Luar nanti dulu. This one later. This one later. You put this one first. Now you want to simplify. So when you want to simplify this one, you apply the concept that I told you just now. That is, okay, here you got two terms. Okay, you take out the yang sama punya. Okay, so you see x here. Here you got x. Means you can take out the x lah. But the thing is, which one to be taken out? Negative 2 over 3 or 1 over t to be taken out. So I think I have to be fast. Okay, class, which one is to be taken out? Negative 2 over 3 or 1 over 3? Okay, class, which one you want to take out? You want to factorize the x, huh? X, you have power negative 1 over 2, you have power 1 over 3. Which one to be taken out? Negative 2 over 3 or 1 over 3? Yeah, negative 2 over 3. Negative 2 over 3. Because compared with the power, negative 2 over 3 is the smaller one. So you take out the smaller one. Okay, so x you take out. Then followed by the factor. So you see you have the common factor here. Okay, so common factor, same thing. When you take out x minus 1, so which power to be taken out? So same as just now, you take out the smaller one. Negative 1 over 3. So you take out negative 1 over 3. Okay, so now inside the remainder. Okay, so we double check this one. Okay, so this one negative 2 over 3 already taken out. So sudah habis tak ada. So now this one, power 2 over 3. Power 2 over 3, but what the power taken out is negative 1 over 3. So means what is inside here? Tinggal apa? Tinggal apa yang ada di dalam? What is inside here? Using the concept that I told you just now. What is the remainder here? What should be? Okay, class, can you tell me what dual power 2 over 3 after taken out negative 1 over 3? So the remainder, the power should be 1. X plus 1. X plus 1 means power 1. Yes or not? So yes, it is correct. Why? Because I just write down this one. This step actually you don't have to write during the exam, but I just let you know kenapa. Because the original power is 2 over 3 and you taken out negative 1 over 3, so you minus the power that you take out. So you minus negative 1 over 3. Okay, so as for this one, okay, same thing. X 1 over 3, you take out negative 1 over 3. So 1 over 3 minus the power that you taken out. As for this one, negative 1 over 3 already taken out. So ini sudah habis, tak ada lagi. So when you simplify ini, 2 over 3 minus negative. So tinggal power 1 here. So tinggal power 1. So this one, 1 over 3, negative plus tinggal 1. So after that, you simplify this one. Okay, so you get 3x plus 1. So when you come to here, ini you tak boleh turunkan because here ini ada lagi satu. So sekali lagi, barulah you compare this one and this one. So using the same method, you take out the same factor. First thing, the same factor is x. Okay, so same factor is x. That is x, but you take out the lower power. That is, you take out negative. Then factor x plus 1. Here you got x plus 1. So now you take out the smaller one. That is negative 1 over 3. Okay, now sudah habis. What is the remainder inside here? So first thing, inside here 9. X 1 over 3. You take out negative 2 over 3. Then minus. As for this one, original power is 2 over 3. You take out negative 1 over 3. Same thing, minus the power. For this one, 3x plus 2, you didn't take out, so you put inside. This one already, semua sudah keluarkan, ini sudah keluarkan, ini sudah keluarkan, tinggal ini. Okay, so finally, you get this one. So actually, this step, tak payah, cikgu cuma tunjukkan for you to know why it is equal to 9x, why it is equal to x plus 1. Okay, so this step you can ignore. So you can directly go to here. So when you come to here, barulah you expand dekat sini. Then only expand here. Okay, as for this one, negative, then only you pull down. Negative, you get to replace back. Okay, now that when I come sambung. This one, you barulah you expand. For this one, negative, you pull down. Here, then only you can pull down. Then finally, all the x you combine. Okay, x you combine. 2 over 3. 2 over 3, you get 4 over 3. This one, 1 over 3, 4 over 3. Then you get 5 over 3. Then here, expand. You simplify, then you get this one. So finally, then barulah you dapat ini. Okay? So I think I should let you know how to simplify this kind of complication question. So I think it's already time. I think I have to stop here. Okay? So thank you, class.
Okay, thank you, Teacher Ailin. Okay, Alhamdulillah, we have reached the end of today's session. Okay, thank you, Teacher Ailin, for preparing today's lesson, and congratulations to those who are able to follow our live class from beginning till the end. Okay, again, student, let's thank Teacher Ailin by clicking the subscribe button and activate the icon bell so that you will not miss the next live class, and also don't forget to hit the like button. Okay, once you have done that, please type done on the chat box. Okay, the certificate link and the link to claim the credit are already in the chat box. The certificate and credit link are given as a token of thank you for your dedication in joining the free online class today. And please share today's live class to your friend and your social media. Spread and share the goodness. Please take note, the credit link will end 15 minutes while the certificate link will end half an hour. After this live, make sure to use the e-DD email only to log in. Incorrect email used will not be entertained. If you wish to get more information on the online class, go to www.academyyoutuber.com. And to those who haven't joined e-DD Junior Telegram, please do so. Once again, I would like to thank all of the
Yes.
wonderful
What the? Sorry.
students. Yes.
Last digit code. The last digit code.
Yes. Last digit code, Teacher Ailin.
Sorry.
Oh, last digit code is 4. 4.
Yes. Okay, 4. Last digit code is 4. Okay, student, you can write it. Okay, I would like to thank all of the wonderful students for joining class today. Okay, thank you for being an IU supporter. Okay, you are awesome. Feel free to share this free tuition class to your friend and teacher all over Malaysia. Okay, this is a collective effort from all the teachers throughout Malaysia for all the students throughout the country. Okay, so you don't forget to join our live class next week. Okay, same time, same day, Saturday at 5 p.m. Okay, till we meet again, ingat hashtag bermula percuma selamanya percuma. Okay, stay safe and be safe, student. Okay, Assalamualaikum and bye-bye.
Wow, banyaknya hadiah menarik menanti anda. Wah, kini Akademi YouTuber mengambil inisiatif baru di mana memberikan hadiah-hadiah ini secara percuma. Ya, percuma kepada anda semua. Bagaimana caranya? Dengan mengikuti kelas tuition online percuma Akademi YouTuber sambil mengutip mata kredit, anda dapat menukarkannya dengan hadiah-hadiah yang menarik ini. Tunggu apa lagi? Segalanya percuma. Jangan lepaskan peluang tau. Dah dapat banyak hadiah menarik, takkan nak lepaskan peluang. Layari www.academyyoutuber.com sekarang untuk maklumat lanjut.
Dibawakan kepada anda oleh Akademi YouTuber.